Welcome to Live Daf, your online Daf Yomi Shir.
Shalom Aleichem, welcome back to today's Daf Yomi, which is Rosh HaShanna Lamed Aleph. Begin on Lamed Gimel Lamed Beis. Perhaps let's go back to 8 lines from the bottom of the Amud. Tanu Rabban. In this brayso, we're going to learn several halachas regarding Tkiyas Shofar, whether be it Rosh HaShanna or be it on the Yom Kippur of Shnas HaYovel. Tanu Rabbanon. We know we blow. What do we use to blow? Minayin shebes shofar. How do you know use a horn to blow those sounds? Tamaloima va'avarta shofar teruah. So this is a pasuk by Yovel. Let's just read the entire pasuk inside. Va'avarta shofar teruah b'chodesh hashvi b'asar lachodesh. This is Yom Kippur of Yovel. B'Yom Kippurim, right? Taviru shofar b'chol artzechem. So the pasuk here clearly describes the teruah as being attributed, being sounded from a shofar. Va'avarta shofar teruah. Okay, ainly ela b'yovel, perhaps only by Yovel. But Rosh HaShanna 9, what about the Yom Teruah Yelachem from Rosh HaShanna? How do you know it's a shofar? Talmud Leimar, the pasuk in describing the Teruah and the Tkiyah of Yom Kippur of Yovel uses the words b'chodesh hashvi, in the 7th month of Tishrei. She'ein Talmud Leimar b'chodesh hashvi. There's no need to speak about Yom Kippur being in the 7th month. We know that from elsewhere. Why does the pasuk again have to say Yom Kippur is b'chodesh hashvi? Uma Talmud Leimar b'chodesh hashvi. Why spell it out that it's b'chodesh hashvi? It's an extra expression coming to teach you something. Sheyu kol teruos shal chodesh shvi zekazeh. All blows during this month, be it Yom Kippur of Yovel, be it Rosh Hashanah, zekazeh, they have to be similar in nature. And just as the Yom Kippur ones are blown from a shofar, va'avarta shofar teruah, likewise the ones in Rosh Hashanah use a shofar. So now we know shofar is meant to be used by Yovel and Rosh Hashanah. Next, u'menayin shepshuta lefanah. Pasuk by Rosh Hashanah speaks about a Yom Teruah. Yom Teruah yelachem. Teruah is a broken sound, whether it's the or whether it's We had a discussion yesterday about that. So it's a broken sound. What about a pshuta lefanah? That it must be preceded by this uninterrupted sound, what we call a tkiyah, and followed by a tkiyah as well. U'menayin shepshuta lefanah. Talmud Leimar. This is the pasuk by Yovel again, and the pasuk reads as follows: Va'avarta shofar, which sounds like a straight sound, a havara, uninterrupted sound. Teruah, broken sound. B'chodesh hashvi, b'asar lachodesh, b'Yom Kippurim. Taviru shofar b'chol artzechem. Once again, taviru shofar, Rashi learns, havaras kol echad, an uninterrupted sound. So by Yovel, we know the teruah is in the middle, and both sides we have an uninterrupted tkiyah. How do we know that the teruah is preceded by a tkiyah? Talmud Leimar va'avarta shofar teruah. First comes va'avarta shofar, havaras kol echad, a tkiyah, and then comes a teruah. What about the tkiyah after the teruah? Talmud Leimar, pasuk at the end says taviru shofar. Once again, an uninterrupted sound. In the middle, you have the teruah. On both sides, it's tkiyah. Vainly it'll be Yovel, perhaps only on Yovel. Rosh HaShanna 9. What about Rosh HaShanna? That every teruah is preceded and followed by a tkiyah. Talmud Leimar, once again, the pasuk by Yovel mentions b'chodesh hashvi, which is an extra word. She'ein Talmud Leimar b'chodesh hashvi. This expression, this phrase is unneeded because we already know Yovel, Rosh Kippur is b'chodesh hashvi. Uma Talmud Leimar b'chodesh hashvi. Why does the pasuk spell that out? To teach you. Allah, draw a parallel from here to Rosh HaShanna. Sheyu kol teruos hachodesh hashvi zekazeh. All blows during the 7th month of Tishrei should follow the same track. And just as by Yovel, we know it's tkiyah, teruah, tkiyah. Likewise, on Rosh HaShanna. U'menayin l'shalish. Shalish, shalish. How do we know that in both cases, by Yovel and Rosh HaShanna, we're going to have 3 sets. Shalish, 3 times we blow. Malchis, zechronis, and shofars, with each category, each set having shalish, 3 blows. That was the tkiyah, teruah, tkiyah, as we described earlier, for a total of 9 blows. How do we know that? How do we know? We repeat the process 3 times over. Talmud Leimar. The pasuk by Yovel says, "Va'avarta shofar teruah." That's one blow. Then we have Rosh HaShanna pasuk Shabbos and Zichrei Teruah. Another pasuk Rosh HaShanna Yom Teruah Yelachem. So it's a total of three blows. Problem is, one happens to be by Yovel, and the other two psukim Rosh HaShanna. How do you know to shift them around? How do you know to apply the one from Yovel to Rosh HaShanna and the ones from Rosh HaShanna to Yovel? Talmud Leimar, Shvi'i l'Gzera Shava. We connect them through a Gzera Shava, because by Rosh Hashanah and Yovel we have the pasuk Shvi connected to things. HaKetzad. So as a result, we conclude like this: Shalosh Shein Teisha. In both cases, Yovel and Rosh Hashanah, we're going to have 3 sets of tkiyos for a total of 9. Why 9? Because every set has 3 blows. A tkiya, a broken sound, whatever that broken sound is, whether it's a shvarim or trua, as we discussed yesterday, and then followed by a tkiya as well. Shiur tkiya, how long is a tkiya meant to be? Ketrua, the same length as the total of a trua, all the broken sounds together. Let's say 5 seconds. So tkiya is meant to take 5 seconds. Shiur trua, what is contained in a trua? Kishlesh shvarim, is the length of 3 broken sounds. According to Tosfos, what it means. So this is the brisa, right? This is the Shittas HaBrisa, that a trua is really 3 Okay, now the kasha is like this. Hi Tano. Let's take a closer look at this brisa. Meikara ma'asila be'kesha. Initially, when it came to the first 2 halachos, minayin sheb'shofar, then minayin sheb'shuta lefaneh ulachareh, we worked with a hekesh. Right? We said all tkiya experiences during the 7th month should be similar to each other. V'hashta. Now, when it comes to the 3rd halacha, how do we know that we build 3 sets of tkiyos? Ma'asila b'gzera shava. We come on to a gzera shava. We said Shvi'i there. We connect Yovel to Rosh Hashanah. Why do we need a gzera shava? We already have a hekesh. Hachika Amar. The brisa meant like this: Ilav gzera shava. If not for the fact that we knew there was a gzera shava in the world, Hava ma'asina lebekesha, we would have used the hekesh to connect the tkiyos of Rosh Hashanah to the tkiyos of Yovel. In fact, the pasuk adds that extra phrase, B'chodesh Shvi. It's coming to set an example and say, look, let's connect all the tkiyos of Chodesh Shvi. To the asik gzera shava. But now that we discovered there is a gzera shava to connect the 2 types of blows, the 2 Yom Tov, Rosh Hashanah and Kippur, hekesh leitzarach, we no longer need a hekesh, and indeed everything is shifted over back and forth through a gzera shava. For a total of 3 halachos. Number 1, we learn that we use a shofar. Number 2, we know that every trua is preceded and followed by a tkiya. And number 3, we know that in both cases, Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur of Yovel, we're going to have 3 sets of blows, each set consisting of a tkiya, a broken sound, and a tkiya as well. So that's brisa number 1. V'hai Tana. In the following brisa, we're going to see something else. The following Tana will learn this halacha of minayin shepshuta lefaneh ulachareh from a different source. V'aitana ma'asila b'gzera shava midbar. He's going to learn from the tkiyos that they had in the midbar, the sanya. He said, take the chatzotzros, the trumpets, and blow when it was time to start moving, start traveling. Utekatem trua. That's the lashon pasuk. Now you could learn uskatem trua means you blow a trua. So you blow a broken sound. It's all one and the same thing. That's all. You blow a broken sound. Says the Gemara, no. Tkiya b'fnei atzma, utrua b'fnei atzma. The pasuk here is describing 2 separate sounds. Usakatem, uninterrupted sound. Terua, a broken sound. He meant to blow both of them when Klal Yisrael were ready to travel. This was a traveling signal. Ato Omer, you maintain tkiya b'fnei atzma, utrua b'fnei atzma. That indeed, these are 2 separate sounds which need to be blown. Perhaps when the pasuk says uskatem trua, pasuk simply means you blow a trua. So when they're ready to travel, pick up the chatzaitzos and you blow a broken sound. That's it. Usakatem teruah. Keshu Aimer. But then when the pasuk speaks about sounding the alarm to gather Klal Yisrael together, ubahakil asakol tisku v'loisari. At that point, you only do a tkiyah, not a teruah. So it's mashma that tkiyah is one type of thing, uninterrupted sound, and teruah is a broken sound. So now you do the tkiyah without the teruah, but when you travel, usakatem teruah, you do a tkiyah and a teruah. Havi omer. This allows us to conclude, indeed, tkiyah b'fnei atzma, teruah b'fnei atzma. That's going to have both tkiyah and a teruah. Okay, so we know that when they travel, they do both types of sounds, but in what order? How do we know that the broken sound is preceded by a tkiyah? First tkiyah, then teruah. How do we know that the teruah is followed by a tkiyah? A different pasuk. First comes teruah and then a tkiyah. So according to this Tana, it is midbar that provides the source for this concept that it's tkiyah, teruah, tkiyah, and we're going to bring that over to Rosh HaShanna Yom Kippur by way of Gzera Shava, because by Rosh HaShanna we have the words Yom Teruah Yelachem, and by midbar we have teruah. We connect the two things. Just as over there it's tkiyah, teruah, tkiyah, but Rosh HaShanna as well, and of course we transfer it over to Yom Kippur, but we have the Gzera Shava of Shvi Ishvi, because everything that applies to Rosh HaShanna Yom Kippur applies to the other. And now we know that every teruah is preceded and followed by a tkiyah. Rabbi Shmuel B'nai Shabrechem Breika Eimer in it Tzarach. He says, look, you don't have to necessarily bring a raya from this pasuk. Utekatem teruah yisku, that it's teruah and then tkiyah. I have another source. Hari Eimer. The pasuk says, "Usakatem teruah shenis." When the second group of Shvatim started traveling, pasuk says, do the tkiyah again. Skatem teruah shenis. The word shenis is extra. Shentam lem is shenis. Why do you have to say shenis? Pasuk already spoke about the first time they blew, when the first group of machnis traveled. And when the pasuk says skatem teruah for the second group, self-understood that it's shenis, it's the second time around. Why does the pasuk mention shenis? Coming to teach you something. Zebana off to provide an example, a precedent, a lesson. Whenever we have a broken sound, so tekatem teruah shenis is telling you that tkiyah follows the teruah. So whenever we have a teruah, it's tkiyah that follows the teruah. So according to this shita of Rabbi Shmuel B'nai Shabrechem Breika, the fact that it's tkiyah precedes the teruah, that's from the pasuk that the Tanakhana mentioned, Usakatem teruah. Regarding the tkiyah following the teruah, for that he provided another pasuk, Usakatem teruah shenis, that the tkiyah is shenis to the teruah comes after the teruah. Okay, that's good for the midbar. What about for us, for Maseches Rosh HaShanna? Ainli ela b'midbar. But Rosh HaShanna Minayin, what about Rosh HaShanna that it's meant to go as follows: tkiyah, teruah, tkiyah, tamad leimar, teruah, teruah, gzera shava. In the midbar we have the word teruah. On Rosh HaShanna we have Yom Teruah Yelachem. We connect the two things, and of course, whatever happens to Rosh HaShanna happens to Yovel as well. Through the gzera shava of Shvi Ishvi, you connect Yom Kippur to Rosh HaShanna. So in conclusion, says the Brisa, V'shalish teruos, some take out the next word Nemru, but Rosh HaShanna, if so, we have three sets of blowing Rosh HaShanna. Shabbos and Zichron Teruah, because of that pasuk by Rosh HaShanna. We have another pasuk by Rosh HaShanna, Yom Teruah Yelachem, and we have another pasuk by Yovel, V'avarta Shofar Teruah. So now we know there are three teruos happening, and of course every teruah is sandwiched between it, another tkiyah and another tkiyah. Right? Ushtei tkiyah is l'chol achas v'achas. Good. So you have three teruos, and of course each teruah comes along with a tkiyah on either side, as we mentioned. If so, we can conclude that it's going to be shalish teruos, right? Three teruos, v'sheish tkiyahs. Nem Rosh HaShanna, 3 truos and 6 tkiyos in total for Rosh HaShanna. Shtayim b'divrei Torah. Oh, here's a chiddush. Shtayim b'divrei Torah va'achas b'divrei Sefer. You see, according to this Tana, according to the second Bryce, who learns this halacha of pshuta lefaneh ulachreya from Midbar, so he needed a way to connect to Midbar via that pasuk of Yom Truah Yelachem from Rosh Hashanah. The word Truah connects to Truah by Midbar. Now we know pshuta lefaneh, pshuta lachareh, that every Truah is preceded and followed by a tkiyah. So one of those psukim is already used for that purpose. We need an extra pasuk for this Xer Shava, because otherwise you can negate this Xer Shava. Who says we're going to learn from Midbar, where it was a trumpet different than the shofar used by Rosh Hashanah? So that Xer Shava has to be a mufna, has to be a Xer Shava which is totally available for that purpose. So this Tana already used one of these psukim. Yom Truah Yelachem is unavailable to teach us how many sets of blows you have. Right? So according to the first Tana, he didn't learn from Midbar. He didn't use up the words Yom Truah Yelachem for anything. So you had a total of 3 descriptions of blowing. Yom Truah Yelachem, Avato Shever Truah, Shabbos and Zichron Truah. From there we learn it's going to be 3 sets of blows. But according to this Tana, who learned from Midbar, for the halacha of Pshuta Lefaneh Lachareh, through Xer Shava, Yom Truah Yelachem from Rosh Hashanah over to Midbar, so that pasuk is unavailable to tell us how much you blow. If so, says the Gemara, it's only going to be Shtayim b'divrei Torah, v'achas b'divrei Sefer. 2 sets of blows, but not Torah. Shabbos and Zichron Truah, v'avato Shefer Truah, v'achas b'divrei Sefer. But the third time around, we don't have a pasuk. It's only Midrabban. Rashi says we want to be mashve, we want to equate between Malchis and Zechronis and Shefers, and just as they have tkiyos, and all of them have tkiyos, we want to match them all up. That's why we get the 3 sets of tkiyos. As the Gemara explains, Shabbos and Zichron Truah, that's one pasuk by Rosh Hashanah. V'avato Shevet Truah, another pasuk by Yovel. That's Midivrei Torah. So you know you blow twice. And of course, just again, every time you blow it's a Truah, preceded and followed by a tkiyah. That's Minat Torah. But Yom Truah Yelachem Utamudu Yibah. That pasuk is unavailable. It's coming to teach you the other halacha. You want to connect to Midbar to learn the halacha that a Truah is meant to be preceded and followed by a tkiyah. So the third set is not Minat Torah, only Midrabban. Rabbi Shmuel Bar Nachmani or Rabbi Yehuda, he says a chiddush. That's only achas Midivrei Torah. 1 set of blows is Minat Torah, u'shtayim Midivrei Sefer, 2 Midrabbanan. You know why? Because 2 of these 3 psukim are unavailable to teach us what we're trying to learn. V'avarta Shevet Truah, the one by Yovel, Midivrei Torah. Fine, that's 1 set of laws, Minat Torah. But the pasuk Shabbos and Zichron Truah from Rosh Hashanah, and the pasuk V'yom Truah Yelachem from Rosh Hashanah, the Talmud Iba. It's coming to teach us another halach. Shabbos and Zichron Truah is for the Xer Shava from Midbar. Teach us the halacha that a Truah is preceded and followed by a tkiyah. The pasuk Yom Truah Yelachem is coming to teach you something else. Maila Tamudu Iba. What's Yom Truah Yelachem coming to teach you? Yom Truah, you blow only by day. After Shachar, you can't blow at night. So this pasuk is already used up, unavailable to teach us anything else. So we're only left with 1 pasuk. V'avarta Shefer Truah, that's it. How can we blow 3 times? 3 different sets. It's all Midrabban. We want Malchis and Zechronis and Shefers to have tkiyos, to bring up the Zikaron and the Schus, so that the Psukim and the Brachas have the proper impact. That's his Chiddush. It's not 3 sets Minat Torah. It's not even 2. It's just 1. Now, according to the other Shittas, we didn't seem to be perturbed. Yom Truah Yelachem wasn't coming to tell you B'yayim v'le b'layla. For instance, according to his Tanakama, it was coming to connect us to Midbar. And now we're left with 2 psukim for 2 sets Minat Torah. According to him, Rabbi Shmuel Bar Nachmani or Rabbi Yehuda, 2 of these psukim are used up. Shabbos and Zichron Truah to connect you to Midbar, and Yom Truah to tell you B'yayim v'le b'layla. V'idach, the other Shittas, B'yayim v'le b'layla b'nali. How do they know? You blow only by day and not at night. Nafkale, maybe Yom Kippurim. Pasuk says you blow when? On Yom Kippurim. Dafka by day. If so, Yom Kippurim, Yolef, if you learn from there, Nigmar Nami Minei L'Pshuta L'Fnei L'Pshuta L'Acharei. 1 second. If coming from Yom Kippur, everything that applies in Yom Kippur applies to Rosh Hashanah. So why do we have to look for a source? Pshuta L'Fnei, Pshuta L'Acharei. We have to go to Midbar and use one of these psukim for the Gzera Shava. What do you mean? We already had a pasuk on Yom Kippur, which teaches us Pshuta L'Fnei L'Acharei. Remember the first brisa? 3 lines from the bottom of the Gimel base. U'menayin shepshuta l'fanei avarta shofar. What about pshuta l'acharei? Taviru shofar. That's only by Yovel. What Rosh HaShanna? We connect it through Gzera Shava to Rosh HaShanna. So once we're going to derive halachas from Yom Kippur, Yom V'Lebelayla, well then Nigmar Nami Minei L'Pshuta L'Fanei Pshuta L'Acharei. What about that halacha as well? Taviru, coming to tell you, it has to be a straight sound before the broken and after the broken. Or we have to go to Midbar. Says the Gemara, Va'avarta taviru le'mashmelu. These Tanoim not consider those psukim as proper sources for this halacha. Elamai darshi b'hu. What then do they use these psukim for? Meaning, basically, they use these psukim for other drushes. They're no longer available to teach us this halacha, and we have to go to Midbar. My darshibu. Indeed, what did they use that pasuk for? The word va'avarta we use kedar Rav Masna. The Rav Masna va'avarta comes to teach you derech havarasa taviru derech havarasa. You meant to blow a shofar in its natural state, the way the animal wears it, as opposed to reshaping the shofar, as we learned a couple of days ago. The word taviru is coming to tell you, go ahead and make that sound. Because otherwise I would say the Torah is telling you, na'avre biyad. Just hold on to the shofar and walk with it. So that's why the pasuk has to repeat again. And not just vavarta shofar. Again, taviru shofar, coming to tell you that you actually blow. You blow a sound. So this pasuk, 2 psukim, are unavailable to teach us other halachas. V'idach, what does the other shita hold? How does he know Rav Masna? V'idach to Rav Masna, how does he know that the shofar has to be in its natural design? The shan nikra b'diburei. Otherwise, the pasuk would just say tisku shofar. Tisku shofar. It wouldn't say va'avarta. Va'avarta is an extra, a new type of word. Coming to tell you, derech havarasai, you have to blow a shofar, which is in its natural shape, natural state. Taviru biyad lematzis amris. Now, regarding your drasha from taviru, that you have to actually blow a sound as opposed to just walking around with it, biyad lematzis amris, you couldn't even contemplate that would work. To gamar avora Moshe. We would learn through Gzera Shava, avora, lashon taviru over here, and lashon vavarta over in lashon avarta by Moshe. Ksivacha avarta shofar. Turo, pasuk over here, avarta shofar turo. Ksivasam, when Moshe Rabbeinu announced, stop bringing the donations for the Mishkan. It says, Vayitzav Moshe, Vayaviru, Kol B'machna. And we learn, Malahalam Kol, just as Vayaviru over there is describing sounding a koil. Afkan koil over here as well. Taviru shofar. Sorry, avarta shofar trua is certainly referring to making a sound, a koil. So that's pashut. You have to blow the shofar. Why then does the pasuk have to repeat taviru shofar? To tell you that a trua is meant to be followed by a straight, uninterrupted sound. One more kasha. Well, Tana the Maislam in Midbar. Now the Tana that learned from Midbar regarding the halacha of pshuta l'fanei l'acharei. Well, let's go all the way to Midbar. If so, perhaps just as over there, use a trumpet. Likewise, in Rosh HaShanna, a trumpet should be used. You blow the shofar when you see that new moon. What does this mean? On which chag do you have a phenomenon the new moon isn't visibly seen? It's a brand new moon, not all see it. Apparently we're speaking about the chag of Rosh HaShanna. shofar. Torah says, use a shofar. So it's pretty clear that's a shofar, not a trumpet. Okay, so in summation, we actually learned 3 halachas today regarding tkiyas of Rosh HaShanna and Yovel. Number 1, that use a shofar. Number 2, that every broken sound has a pshuta lofaneh ulachareh, and that we have 3 sets of blows. How do we know the shofar? Pasuk by Yovel, Vavarta shofar. We're connected through Gzera Shava to Rosh HaShanna. What about the fact that every trua has a pshuta lofaneh u pshuta lachareh? We have 2 options. Bryce number 1, focus on the words Vavarta shofar, and then again Taviru shofar, and we have the Lashon Trua right in the middle of these 2 expressions. It's coming to tell you that Trua is meant to be preceded and followed by a Koil Echad, Rashi says, an uninterrupted Tekiah. What about Rosh Hashanah? We bring it over through Gzera Shava, Shvi Shvi. We have the other Brisa, which found a different makar, different source for this halach. We're coming from Midbar, where the Gemara worked out, so we have 1 or 2 mahalchim there, how we know that a trua is preceded and followed by a tkiyah, and by way of a Gzera Shava, and the word trua from Midbar, and the word Yom Trua by Rosh Hashanah, we connect the 2 things, and we learn that on Rosh Hashanah as well, the same halacha applies. What about Yovel? Through Gzera Shava, Shvi Shvi from Rosh HaShanna. And finally, how do we know that there are 3 sets of blows on Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur? Now, this really depends on the previous discussion. Well, it depends where you're coming from. So according to the first Tana, who learned Pshuta Lefnei Lachareh from Vavarta, from Taviru, did not go over to Midbar. So now he has 3 psukim. Between Yovel and Rosh Hashanah, he has 3 psukim discussing blowing a shofar. We have Vavarta, shofar trua by Yovel. We have Shabbos and Zichron trua by Rosh HaShanna, and Yom Trua Yelachem Rosh Hashanah as well. And through a mutual Gzera Shava, we connect the 2 things, and we know there are 3 sets of blows in both cases, Yovel and Rosh Hashanah. That's according to this approach. But according to the second approach, the second Tana, who learns Pshuta Lefnei Lachareh from Midbar, he already used one of these psukim. Yom Trua Yelachem by Rosh Hashanah is meant to be used to apply the halacha from Midbar to Rosh Hashanah, to be used for that Gzera Shava. So that pasuk is deleted off this list. And now we only have 2 psukim describing blowing. Vavarta shofar trua by Yovel, and Shabbos and Zichron trua by Rosh Hashanah. By way of this mutual Gzera Shava, we connect the 2 things, and we learned that in Torah 2 sets of blows in both Yovel and Rosh Hashanah. And with Rabban, we added a 3rd one to keep Malchis, Zechronis, and Shofars consistent. And finally, we have another Tana, who number 1 learned from Midbar. Number 2, he learns the halacha b'yom v'le b'layla from Yom Trua Yelachem. So one pasuk gets deleted for that. Yom Trua Yelachem can no longer be used because it's going to teach you something else. Shabbos and Zichron Trua is meant to connect you to Midbar. So we're left with 1 solitary pasuk, Vavarta shofar trua, describing the mitzvah of shofar, right? By Yovel. And therefore, we say there's only one set of tkiyos, and we bring it over through Gzera Shava to Rosh HaShanna. It's one set of tkiyos, and that's it. That's Min HaTorah, Midrabanan. We add another 2 sets, so that each one, Malchis, Zechronis, and Shofars, gets their own set of tkiyos. Continues the Gemara. So we had a shayla yesterday. What exactly is the definition of trua? Are they short sounds, or a little bit longer sounds, like a moan? Now we're going to have a 3rd option. Asking Rabbi Yehuda Kessler, in the town of Kessler, it was a takana established by Rabbi Yehuda as follows. You do a tkiyah, straight uninterrupted sound. Then comes shloisha shvar, Then comes trua, short sound, And then comes a tkiyah, what we call tashrat. What was he trying to address? Manavshach. How does this make sense? We know there's a suffix as to the exact nature of a true. Are they short sounds, like someone crying hysterically? Or are they longer sounds, like a moan? But to put them together, how does that work? If a true is a short broken sound, like a person crying, let him do tarat. If a true is a longer sound, like a person moaning, you should do tkiya, shvarim, tkiya. Why is he putting a tkiya and then shvar and then a true? Because he had another tzat to the suffix, another option, a third option. He wasn't sure. Sorry, went ahead. Mishapka, he had a suffix, he wasn't sure. He wasn't sure which way to go. Is it meant to be a moan? Or a short, quick sound? So he did both. He wasn't sure. Asked for Ravira Kasha. Well, if you have a suffix, this is not going to address a suffix. Why? Perhaps the correct way is Yiluli, short, hysterical sounds. You've just ruined it. When you put a shvarim in there, if the correct way is Yilulil, so you should be doing tkiya, trua, and tkiya. Instead, he did tkiya, shvarim, which interrupts between the tkiya and the upcoming trua. Then he does trua, and then a tkiya. Shvarim doesn't belong there. If the correct way is Yiluli Yolol, the short sounds. The three shvarim are going to interfere between the trua and the preceding tkiya. So why did he do tkiya? Shvarim, trua, tkiya. The other tkiya, trua, tkiya. You're right. He did another set of blows. He did tkiya, trua, tkiya, just in case the trua is the correct one. So he did one with a shvar in there, we call it a shrat, and one without a shvar. Just tkiya, trua, tkiya, tarat. What are you getting here? Maskef la ravina. Perhaps the correct way is genuchi, moans. Longer sounds. When you put a trua in there, tashrat, you interfering. You're getting in the way between the shvarim and the tkiya, which follows. So what are you getting by doing tkiya, shvarim, trua, tkiya? Perhaps the correct way is the shvarim, and you're putting an unnecessary sound between the shvarim and the upcoming tkiya. The hadav tashat. You're right. So he did another set of blows. Tkiya, shvarim, tkiya, just in case the shvarim is correct. Well then, what's the point of doing tkiya, shvarim, trua, tkiya? If in any case you're doing a tkiya, shvarim, trua, if in any case you're doing a tkiya, shvarim, tkiya, just in case it's a shvarim, and you're doing a tkiya, trua, tkiya, just in case it's a trua. So that's it. What do you need the tkiya, shvarim, trua, tkiya? Ela Rabbi Yehuda, my asking. So what was the point of his takana? If the correct way is the moan, he did it. He did tkiya, shvarim, tkiya. The correct way is the cry, short whimper. He did that as well. Tkiya, trua, tkiya. Why did he do a tashrat in addition? Mesapkale. He had another tzad, a third suffix. Perhaps the correct way is a moan and then a quick, short, hysterical cry. Perhaps that's the correct way to do a trua. So you have three tzdadim. Is it shvarim? Is it trua? Or perhaps a shvarim into a trua. It's just the way a person cries. First he moans and he gets into it. Says the Gemara, if that's the case, then he should have done it the other way around as well. He should have done tkiya, trua, short, shloisha shvarim, the longer ones, utkiya, followed by a tkiya. Perhaps the correct way is short cries and then longer moans. Start with the Musa, the way it's naturally going to happen. When a person unfortunately experiences distress and he just needs to cry, first he begins with a moan, expressing his pain, and then he gets more hysterical and the sounds get shorter. So the point of Ravo was to address a third sad on top of the two tzadim we had until now. What is Yom Teruah? Is it longer sounds, moans, or is it the Teruah, shorter sound, or perhaps both together, moaning and then leading into a cry? No, So you may wonder, how do we get to 40? Sorry, how do we get to 30 koilos today? Right? We learn a whole Gemara that Torah, at most, you need 9. Right? 3 sets, malchus, sechanis, and shafers. Each set consists of just 3, a true in the middle, and a tkiyah on either side. So a total of 9. And how do we get to 30? So the answer is we try to address both shittas. What is a trua? Is it a mon? Is it what we call a shvarm? Or is it short sounds, a trua, or perhaps both together? So in order to cover all bases, we end up doing 30 in total. Why? Because for every set, malchis, zichronis, and shafers, we need to do a trua and a tkiyah on either side. What is it? Trua. Perhaps it's shvar. Perhaps it's trua. Perhaps it's shvarm and trua. So we get a total of 10 blows per set. Right? 3 for shvar, tashat. 3 just in case it's a trua, tarat. And just in case it's shvar and trua, we do tashrat. So that's a total of 10 sounds. For malchis, 10 for zechronis, 10 for shayfer, a total of 30 blows. Interesting, I saw in the Kavachayim, brings from the Zoyar, that the Gemara speaks about the suffix, we're not sure if it's this or that. It brings from the Zoyar that really isn't necessarily this or that. He says both are emes, both have an inyan. There's genuchei ganach and yululu yolol, both expressing different sentiments. And api Said, api Kabbalah, there is a concept, a chashivas, to each expression of yululu and ganach, and together, ganach and then yolol, everything has a tikkun and there's a purpose to each thing. Okay, the Mishnah spoke about taka b'rishoyna umashach b'shnei kishtayim. So he meant to do the tkiyah, then the trua, then the tkiyah. So the first tkiyah he did properly. B'shniya, the second one, he did a longer one, double as long, to cover that tkiyah and the tkiyah following it. Mishnah says only counts as one. Rabbi Yehuda. What about tkiyahs which are spaced apart? Shama teisha tkiyahs, but teisha shoys b'yom. Let's say he heard 9 blows. Rashi says tkiyah is trua as well. Meaning he heard 9 sounds. Meant he had 9 sounds, Minatorah. Each one in a different hour. Spaced apart. Yatsa. His yaitse. Tanam Mehachi. Find the same in a Brisa. Shama teisha tkiyahs, but teisha shoys b'yom yatsa. Betes b'nei adam ke'echad. And Rashi's gers, you're yaitse. If you have 9 people, 9 shofars, you trying to be economical, do it quickly, get 10 people together, blowing all together, you're yaitse. Tkiyah, mizeh, trua, mizeh, yatsa. This one's showing blowing a tkiyah, this one a trua. It's all blending together in harmony. You're yaitse, all your chiyuv. Va'afilu b'sirugin. Even if it's spaced, unevenly spaced, it's a tkiyah, then a trua, then afilu koyam kuloi. Even if it's dispersed throughout the entire day, even if it's not evenly spaced, it's a trua here, a tkiyah there, you are yaitse. Of course, there has to be an order. Tkiyah, trua, tkiyah, and you're yaitse. Umi Amar B'yechan Hachi. Is that so that according to Rabbi Yechon, you can be mafsek between one koil and the other? V'Amar B'yechan V'Shum Rabbi Shimon Yitzadek B'Halal B'Megillah. One is reading Halal or Megillah, and he takes a break. Im Shah K'dei Ligmar Skula. If that break taken in the middle encompasses enough time, which would allow him to read the entire Halal from beginning to end, that's too much of a break. Chayzel L'Roish has to go back to the beginning. The Halal has been cancelled. So how could Rabbi Yechon himself tell us you can have your tkiyahs dispersed throughout the day with large gaps in the middle? Like Kasha, the answer is Hadidei. That's his own opinion. Hadirabi, his Rebbe, he was quoting Rabbi Shimon Yitzadek, his Rebbe held differently. That a break invalidates. But he himself didn't hold that way. V'didei loy, do you mean to say that according to Rabbi Yechon himself, breaking in the middle isn't a concern? Ravo was carrying himself and walking by straight Rabbi Yechon. He's walking around Rabbi Yechon and he was reading Shema. So Ravo was reading Shema when he got to an unclean place. Ishtik. So he stopped saying Shema. After he passed through, he turned to Rabbi Yechon, can I finish? Or did that break invalidate? He says, depends how long you stopped. Chazar l'rosh. If that break was long enough, which would allow you to theoretically read the entire thing from beginning to end, that's too much of a break to start again. As Rabbi Yehuda speaking, apparently, a long break cancels it out. He meant to say as follows. I personally don't hold that this is a concern. But according to you, who just asked me a question, the break invalidated. Apparently, you hold a break doesn't validate. Well, according to you, I'll explain to you. It depends. If that break was long enough, it should allow you to read the whole thing, they have to go back to the beginning. But myself, I personally don't hold to this concept. Just as we see Rabbi Yehuda says, you can have tkiyos dispersed throughout the day, despite the large gaps of time in between. Tanu Rabban, tkiyos e ma'akvois zuasu. Rashi learns, by a tanis, by a fast day, you have tkiyos. Even if you can't blow all of them, then on me'akiv, just blow what you could, and you're good. Brachos in ma'akvois zoisu, likewise. That you meant to have the brachos on a tanis, extra brachos in Shemon Esrei. If you have just some of them without the others, they're not me'akiv each other. Rashi actually learns differently. The pshat and the word that I mentioned is other Rishonim learn that way, that the tkiyos are not me'akiv each other, and the brachos are not me'akiv each other. It seems like Rashi had a different gerus in the Gemara, perhaps. But in any case, by taniyos, these things are not me'akiv. You can have a tkiyah without the other tkiyah, a bracha without the other bracha. But when it comes to Rosh HaShanna Yom Kippur, tkiyos and brachos. Shel Rosh HaShanna of Shem Kippur ma'akvos. If you're not going to blow the entire set of tkiyos, don't start. If you're not going to do all the brachos, malchos, sechanos, and shofars, don't start. There's a certain set that has to be followed. My time, and why is this different? Amar Rabba, Amar Kadosh Baruch Hu. There's a reason, there's a purpose, there's a sequence that has to be followed. Imru lefana Rosh HaShanna malchis, zechanos, v'shofars. Hashem asks us to say all these things, and it's part of a system. It's all or nothing, so to speak. Malchis, the point there is kadesh tamluchuni aleichem, to bring out the fact that you're my nation. I'm your king. Commit yourself to me. Connect yourself to me. Express your loyalty. Zechroines is kadesh yavai lefanai zechnechem leteva, to rouse the zikaron of Yisrael leteva before Hashem. Ulameh, how do you accomplish all this? B'shofar. So the point is, it's all one system, inseparable. It's one package. Misha birach va'achach sman le'shofar tekeh mriyav tekeh. So one David and Rosh Hashanah, all the brachas, he didn't have a shofar. Only afterwards a shofar becomes available. He's meant to blow at this point. Time of the lahavali shofar mikar. That's only because he didn't have a shofar while he was davening. Lahavali shofar mikar. But if he would have had a shofar, kishamalu. How does he listen to the shofar? I say the brachas shamalu. He's meant to listen and to blow with the seder of brachas. Some by malchis, some by zechronis, some by shofars. That's the way he meant to do it. Rav Papa Shmuel, Rav Papa got up to daven. He was davening himself on Rosh HaShanna. Amalei l'sham, he turns to his attendant who was going to blow for him, and he says, "Look, ki na'hirnalach." Some agurs, ki na'chirnalach. When I make some sort of snort, some sort of like a sound, a mouse sounds. Tekali, that's the point that you should blow. That's what I'm holding at the point of Shemon Esrei, Malchus, as a Chonis, Shofars, where tkiyas are meant to be done. Amalei Rava turns to Rav Papa. He says, "Lo yamru ela b'chaveir." You don't have to time your tkiyas based on your davening. This concept that tkiyas are connected to brachos and meant to be done al seder habrachos was only bechever ir, by the gathering in the city, meaning when there's a tzibur. But a yachid, he davens the entire davening, and then afterwards he does his 9 tkiyas. Tanna mihachi, we have the same in a brayso, kashu shayman al seder. How do you listen to your shofar? Al seder, the way you meant to do it, tkiyah, shvarim, trua, etc. Val say the brachas, and likewise is meant to be connected to the sequence of brachas. Some by malchus, some by zechronis, some by shofars. B'medva mamurim bechaverir, that only applies to a tzibur. Ava shloi bechaverir, but if it's just an individual davening on his own, shomen ala seder. Of course, the tkiyas are meant to follow a certain sequence and order. Tkiyah, shvarim, trua, tkiyah. V'shalei say the brachas, but it's not necessarily connected to the brachas. You don't need to do by malchus, zechronis, and shofars. Rather, you do the whole Shemon Esrei, and afterwards you blow. Continues the brayso, another halacha. V'yachash le'taka. Suppose one had not heard tkiyas shofar, chaveru tekela, his friend could do it on his behalf. He might see him with tkiyas shofar. V'yachash le'birach, but a yachid who had not said the brachas, meaning he didn't do tefillah, ein chaveru mevarach alav, unless he's desperate and he can't, he's not proficient, but otherwise he can't have his friend do it for him. You can't be mighty somebody with tefillah. Farshim explain tefillah is something of rachmanas, it's personal. You meant to daven on your own. Continues the brayso. U'mitzvah betoiken yoser min ha'mavrachim. You meant to know that tkiyas shofar, joining a crowd who's blowing a shofar, is more important than joining people who are engaged in the brachas, the tefillah of Rosh HaShanna. Ketzad, how does this play out? Shtei hayoris. A person lives in a village, no minyan, no tkiyas shofar, he doesn't know how to daven. He has a choice of one of two towns that he can travel to hear something. Ba'achas toiken, in one town, he knows there's a Baal Tekeah, he can listen to Tekeah Shofar, B'yetze Mitzvah Derais, or Ba'achas Mavarchim, the other town, he knows there's a Shliach Tzibur, who he can listen to during Shemona Esrei, and B'yetze the Brachas. What do? Holchen, the Makim Shetoiken, they go to the place where they have Tekiyas. Ve'in Holchen, the Makim Mavarchim, as opposed to going to the place where they're going to hear the Brachas. Pshita, of course, Hadai Rais, blowing a Shofar is the Rais, Hadai Rabbanon, Brachas only the Rabbanon. Of course, the Raisa takes precedence. Even if you're faced with a situation where you know that in one town they're still davening, they're late, and he's going to find a minyan davening, he's going to listen to the Shliach Tzibur saying the brachas. He can be used to the brachas, it's vaday for sure. In the other town, he's not sure whether there's a shofar there. Maybe he didn't show up this year. Maybe they went home and he's done his kids. It's a suffix. Still says the brisa, which one do you pick? Which one takes priority? Tkiyas shofar. A suffix d'oraisa takes priority over a vadei d'rabbanan, and you go to a place where there's at least a chance of being yotzei tkiyas shofar. Okay, so let's summarize today's daf. We had 3 halachas regarding shofar. How do we know it's a shofar? Because by Yovel, we have Avarta Shofar, we bring it over with Gzeru Shava to Rosh HaShanna. How do we know that every Trua has a Pshuta Lafaneh or Lacharea is preceded and followed with a Tkiyah? So we have 2 options for that. In Brisa number 1, we had a limud from Avarta Shofar to tell you that it's a Koil Echad before the Trua, and then we have Taviru Shofar, a Koil after the Trua, we bring it over through Gzeru Shava to Rosh HaShanna. In Brisa number 2, we worked with a source from Midbar, where they would blow the Chatzotros upon traveling. And just as over there, we worked out from the Psukim, every Trua is meant to be preceded and followed by a Tkiyah. Likewise, by Rosh HaShanna, by way of Gzeru Shava, because it says Yom Trua Yelochem, Rosh HaShanna, we connect Trua to Midbar. There's another sheet that learns it from a different pasuk. Shabbos and Zichron Trua. In any case, we connect Trua to Midbar. What about Yovel? We bring this over. We apply it by way of a Gzeru Shava Shvi'i. Oh. Now, how many times do we blow Rosh HaShanna? We work with a premise that it's going to be Shalosh, 3 sets, Malchus, Yochanis, and Shofars, each one containing three sounds. Right? I tell you, all you need is 3 sounds. A Trua in the middle, on both sides of which we have a tkiyah. So how do we know this? So we have 3 options. So according to the first brisa, he has 3 psukim. Vavarta shevet trua, Shabbos and Zichron trua, Yom Trua Yelochem. Stated by Yovel and Rosh HaShanna. We bring everything over, we shift everything over through Gzeru Shava. We compare notes, in which case we have a total of 3 sets by both Rosh HaShanna and Yovel. Now, according to the other shita, who needed to use the pasuk of Yom Trua Yelochem to connect to Midbar, to teach us that halacha, Pshut Lefnei Charei, he chose not to learn the halacha from Avarta Tavir. The Gemara explains why, because he used it for something else. So he already uses Yom Trua for the Gzeru Shava. He's left with only 2 psukim. Avarta Shevet Trua by Yovel, Shabbos and Zichron Trua by Rosh HaShanna. So 2 sets of Tkiyas Min HaTorah, and through Gzeru Shava we connect one to the other. 1 set is only with the Rabbanon. We have another Tana who uses 2 of these psukim for other halachas. Yom Trua for B'yayim V'lo B'layla, Shabbos and Zichron Trua for the Gzeru Shava from Midbar. He's left with only 1 pasuk by Yovel Avarta Shofar Trua. They tell you that in both cases, Yovel and Rosh HaShanna, we have only 1 set of blows. And we had the Ravav Takana. He wasn't sure whether a Trua is describing a short sound, a longish sound, or a combined expression of Genuche Ganach, which leads into a Yulul Yolel, and therefore he was Masaken. Tkiya Shvar Trua. Tkiya Trua Tkiya. Sorry. Tkiya Shvar Tkiya. Tkiya Trua Tkiya, and here comes the Chiddush, Tkiya Shvar Trua, and then a Tkiya. We had a machlokes regarding making a hefsek between tkiyos, between Hallel and the middle of Megillah, whether or not a large hefsek invalidates the recital and the blowing, and you have to start from beginning. Rabbi Yehuda disagrees with that. In fact, he says you can listen to 9 tkiyos all throughout the day, 1 per hour, and you are yotzei as well. In fact, the Gemara Chiddush, you can have 9 people at once, unrelated Chiddush, 9 people at once, and you can be yotzei. Rashi says because it's chaviv, so you can have different sounds going on at the same time, and you're paying attention to all at once. We learned that Dafka on Rosh Hashanah Kippur, the brachos and the tkiyos are me'akev each other. It's all one system, one set, meaning you can't have malchus without zechonis, without shofars. It's all one system. Of course, you can have brachos without tkiyos and tkiyos without brachos. It's pretty clear from the Gemara that those two things are not really related, but the set, all 3 sets of tkiyos are ma'akev, and all 3 sets of brachos are ma'akev each other. We learned that ideally you meant to have the tkiyos al seder habrachos, so malchus should have tkiyos, zechonis, and shofars as well, but this is dafka by the tzibur, not by the yachid. We also learned that you can be mighty somebody with tkiyos, but ideally you're not mighty somebody with brachos unless he just can't do it on his own, or if he comes to a tzibur, the tzibur certainly can be mighty others with tefillah, as we're going to see Be'ez Hashem tomorrow in greater detail. And we learned that when there's a choice between a tkiyos and brachos, even if the tkiyos are only a suffix tkiyos, you meant to prefer that to be yotzei mitzvah deraisa rather than go to a town where you won't have the tkiyos and only brachos. A suffix deraisa overrides a vadei derabbanan. Kol tov to you and much hatzlacha.